Well, students, welcome back. Let's continue our work with percentages. Quick reminder, if your calculator has a percent key, we don't like the percent key. That key oftentimes is very visible on your cell phones, but we don't like it. Keep your fingers off of the percent key. We'll do all of this work without using it. Here's some quick review now on changing percents in the decimals. We're very good with something like 25%. To change 25% into a decimal, we'll remember that the decimal point starts out there. Then we move it 2 spaces to the left, which is 0.25. 9% would have its decimal point here. Move it 2 spots to the left, and we have an open space. That open space we fill with a 0. 25% is 0.25. 9% is 0.09. Now 6.5%, that's a more confusing example. Let's change 6.5% to 6.5%, where 6.5 is the same as 6.5. Then we'll take that decimal point and always move it 2 spots to the left, leaving a space for a 0 next to the 6, the 5 tacked on the end. 6.5% is the same as 0.065. Let's try that again. 3.5% I'll write as 3.5%. Now take that decimal point and move it twice, changing it into 0.035. Let's try some examples now that look like your homework. 52 is 80% of what number? This could be a problem about taking a test. And if you take a test and get 80%, that's a pretty good grade. 52 would be the number of problems you got right. We're looking for the total number of problems on the test. If you got 52 right, your answer better be bigger than 52 because you didn't get them all right. You only got 80% correct. Let's try it. We'll remember that is equals, of is times, what number, that's what we're looking for. 52 is just 52. And anytime I see a percentage, we change the percentage into a decimal. Now we should solve that equation for n. If I'm going to solve the equation, then I must get n by itself, which means this 0.80 must leave. It's being multiplied. The inverse of multiplication is division. So we'll divide both sides by 0.80. To get my final answer, I have to divide. Get that calculator handy. Make sure you type the 52 in first. It's 52 divided by 0.80 equals 65. Now, what did we just do? We took a test and got a grade of 80%. We got 52 correct answers, which means there must have been 65 problems on the test. 65 problems, we got 52. That's a solid 80% grade. Here's what will be written in your book. Here's the way you'll show your work on your notebook paper. Let's try a second example. Now this one's got some tricky numbers. Some of the homework problems have tricky numbers as well. 0.15 is 25% of what number? We know that is means equals and of means multiplication. What number? That's what we're looking for. 0.15 is 0.15. But anytime we have a percentage, we change it into a decimal. 25% is 0.25. Now let's solve that equation. We must get n by itself. To get n by itself, we'll have to use the inverse of multiplication, which is division. To do this division, make sure that you type the 0.15 in first. We'll go 0.15 divided by 0.25 is 0.6. Here's my final answer. Here's the way I want you to show the work. Let's try one that's got a fraction in the percentage. What could this problem be about? Maybe you've gone shopping and the county that you're shopping in charges 7.5% sales tax. And you just paid $6 in sales tax. How expensive is the item that you purchased? It must be kind of an expensive item if you paid $6 in tax. Let's try it. Is means equals. Of means times. 6 is 6. What number? That's what we're looking for. And 7.5% is the same as 7.5%. Is 0.075. 7.5% is 0.075. Now we must solve that equation for n. If I want to get n by itself, the 0.075 must go away. 0.075 and n are being multiplied. The inverse of multiplication is division. When I do this division, make sure that you type the 6 in first. Type in 6 divided by 0.075. So we went shopping, purchased something for $80 in a county that charges 7.5% sales tax. We'd have to pay $6 tax on that $80 purchase. Here's the way I want you to show your work. All right, last example. Is equals, of is times. This time we paid $49 in tax. That's a lot of tax in a county that only charges 3.5% sales tax. What number is in? 49 is 49, and 3.5% is 0.03 with a half tacked on the end. Now solve that equation for n. The inverse of multiplication is division. Type in 49 and divide it by 0.035. And the item that we purchased must have cost $1,400 because we paid $49 in tax in a county that charged 3.5% sales tax. All right, you're doing great. Go work some homework problems and meet me back here.